Good morning. What's going on, everyone? Charlie here. We have a filing to talk about out of CBOE BZX, and it's SR CBOE BZX 2021-075, modification to the permitted components of the tracking baskets. Let's go ahead and take a look. So this is the filing here. As you can see, it's scheduled to be published in the Fed Register on 11/16/2021, being tomorrow. And since this is filed immediately and effective, it will be in effect tomorrow. Now, the purpose. The exchange adopted BZX Rule 14.11 for the purposes of permitting the listed in trading or pursuant to unlisted trading privileges, UTP, of tracking fund shares, which are securities issued by an actively managed open-end management investment company. Now, the UTP plan is the unlisted trading privileges plan. GameStop was added to this way back in 2005, and then started showing up on the FTD list. So, fun fact. Now, Exchange Rule 14.11M2A requires the exchange to file separate proposals under Section 19B of the Act before listing and trading any series of tracking fund shares on the exchange. Pursuant to this provision, the exchange submitted proposals to list and trade shares of tracking fund shares of the following funds under BZX Rule 14.11. Invesco Real Assets ESG ETF and Invesco US Large Cap Core ESG ETF, each a fund and together the funds. Now, a tracking fund share. Rule 14.11M3A provides that the term tracking fund share means a security that, number one, represents an interest in an investment company registered under the Investment Company Act of 1940, organized as an open-end management investment company that invests in a portfolio of securities selected by the investment company's investment advisor, consistent with the investment company's investment objectives and policies. Number two, it is issued in a specified aggregate minimum number in return for a deposit of a specified tracking basket and or a cash amount with a value equal to the next determined net asset value. Number three, when aggregated in the same specified minimum number, may be redeemed at a holder's request, which holder will be paid a specific tracking basket and or a cash amount with a value equal to the next determined net asset value. And lastly, the portfolio holdings for which are disclosed within at least 60 days following the end of every fiscal quarter. Now, a tracking basket. Rule 1411M3E provides that the term tracking basket means the identities and quantities of the securities and other assets included in a basket that we just defined on the previous screen that is designed to closely track the daily performance of the fund's portfolio as provided in the exemptive relief under the Investment Company Act of 1940, applicable to a series of tracking fund shares. Now, purpose continued. Among others, Invesco Actively Managed Exchange Traded Fund Trust issued a second amended and restated application for an order under Section 6C of the 1940 Act for exemptions from various provisions of the 1940 Act and rules thereunder. On October 27, 2020, the Commission issued an order, the prior exemptive order, under 1940 Act granting the exemptions requested in the application. Good job, SEC. Approve that crime. The relief in the prior exemptive orders incorporates by reference terms and conditions of the same relief of a previous order, granting the same relief sought by applicants, as that order may be amended from time to time, the reference order. Under the prior exemptive order, the funds are required to publish a basket of securities and cash that, while different from the fund's portfolio, is designed to closely track its daily performance, i.e. the tracking basket. The prior exemptive order provided that the tracking basket will solely consist of a combination of a select recently disclosed portfolio holdings, a liquid U.S. exchange traded funds ETFs that convey information about the types of instruments that are not otherwise fully represented by the strategy components in which a fund invests, and lastly, cash and cash equivalents. In essence, on August 5th, 2021, the Commission issued an amended order to the reference order that, among other things, permits the issuer to include select securities from which a fund's investment are selected, such as a broad-based market index or investment universe in the fund's tracking basket. The funds will comply with this condition of the amended reference order, and the exchange is updating the listing rule for the shares accordingly. The proposed rule change would permit the funds to operate consistent with the prior exemptive order, which incorporates the reference order that may be amended from time to time. There you have it. More crime, more relief. Go get them, Gary. You're doing a great job.